I'll show you where I camped last night in this kind of washed out riverbed. So you can see here where it got all washed out. Maybe you can hear the river in the background. Let's see more here. You see that big bank? So the water apparently went quite high. There's a trail marker over there. That's the direction I was supposed to have come from. No one has been coming that way because the trail up to that point is washed out. So yeah, it's a little bit of navigation. So the saving grace of this is that we know the trail follows the river. So as long as you stay near the river, you're not going to get lost. That is, however, a little easier said than done because sometimes there's no space along the side of the river. It's super rocky. The current is pretty decent. You end up having to cross, you know, every couple minutes, trying to find rocks or logs or whatever to get across. And yeah, there's some danger associated with that. So it's definitely not the easiest part of the trail. Finding myself a little bit annoyed. I guess I got used to having a trail to walk on that's clear that it's a trail. So taking my time, also known as procrastinating, getting going this morning and eating a few M&Ms to try to motivate myself, my precious M&M stash. But yeah, I'll get going here in a few minutes, and there are plenty of people on the trail, so I'm sure that I'll run into people as needed, and hopefully it gets a little better from here on out. Well, so far the trail's been pretty decent. See it there? So my fears have really been unfounded so far. Here is the first river crossing. You can see the river there. Where's the trail on the other side of the river? I am not sure. I see some flat sandy stuff over there, so I'm gonna aim for that and hopefully it turns into a trail. How do we get across the river? Not sure yet. There's that big log. There's a kind of narrower part over there. I don't know yet. I think probably the log. We'll see. Turning the camera off, putting it in a Ziploc bag to cross the river just in case I fall in. So I made it across the river, same way as that girl did. Lost the trail, don't know where it is. So I'm just walking along the river bank over here through this grassy area. It's just easier than walking down there and having to cross the water over and over. So, and I'm gonna have to cross again somewhere up the trail, but for now I'm just gonna see if I can follow along up here, which isn't looking terribly promising if you see those bushes ahead? Don't know. Anyway, one step at a time. So I scrambled up here to this, on this bluff. You can see the river way down below. Couldn't see the trail. There was no way along the river. This seemed the easiest way, and turns out I got a good view and I can actually see the trail below. Awesome. And I shouted to the women that I was with and pointed out the trail. So they're headed over there now. I gotta still scramble down this mess, cross the river again, and get over there. I'll show you the trail. So here's the steep thing I climbed up. There is the river, and then beyond it, a little bit of lens flare there. You can see the trail. There you go. And I do not know how far it goes nicely like that, because there's a clump of trees right there. So hopefully it stays on that side of the river for a while. We can make some headway. Okay, here I go down the hill. So I made it across down that hill and across, actually stepped in some water and got my shoe all wet, which isn't great, especially when you have a fungus farm on your feet like I do. Just again, back and forth across the river, losing the trail, finding the trail, losing the trail, taking a little break. It's 8:45. I haven't looked to see how far I've come, but not far. Yeah, so I'm drying my shoes out here and eating the last of my M&Ms, and then I'm gonna get going again. Look at this. Clearly visible, dry trail. So exciting. River's down there, and hopefully we'll have a few more miles of this. It's about 12:45. I had a little lunch break, and it looks like clouds are rolling in here. So I heard there was rain in the forecast for later this week, but I don't know. See what happens. Might get some today. I went ahead and did my little thing with the trash compactor bag inside of my backpack and got everything all waterproofed and ready just in case. Yeah, that's San Jacinto over there. Gosh, this forest fire is so massive, huh?
Yeah.
It made me think today when we saw the forest fire up here, after all that mess with the river, that maybe the flood would not have been nearly as bad. So I'm in my tent, which is inside of a little log cabin. I'm at mile 246, I think, so almost at the 250 mile mark. Turned out to be a nice day. It cooled off. We were hiking in the clouds. It snowed a little bit, so I am now wearing almost everything I've got, and I'm hoping that I can stay warm. That's why I set up my tent inside the cabin. It's just a dirt floor. It's like a pioneer style cabin, so there's a bunch of other hikers here, and that's really nice to have a little rendezvous with other hikers. So see how the night goes.